what a great set by Intertwine.
Man, I thought I was in the 80s again. You see them? All right.
Well, we're really proud of our young local talent here in Tucson.
No, there's a lot of stuff that we haven't even tapped this, and you got to watch AZ Live TV, and you will be informed. We will make sure that you keep in touch with all the great local stuff, right?
Exactly, like our guest to my left.
Exactly.
Would you like to do the honors?
Yes, I'm, like I said, we're all Local First Arizona members, and we had a mixer, and some of them didn't show up, and I went through the directory to call each and every one of them, let them know who we were, and let them know what we can do for them, and bring them on and showcase some of the things that we do. And this beautiful lady right here said, "Are you kidding? I am a star on television. Let me tell you." She is a natural. So 35 years ago, she started her business.
That's right.
And, you know, it's tough being, you know, in business alone, but being a woman in business here in Tucson is tough. So congratulations to you. And we want to say thank you for coming on the Duke and Cat Show. We are truly proud of a lot of things that you accomplished. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Miss Shelby Hawkins from 5-Star Pest Control, right? Control. So just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and what a great story.
Death is all around her.
Yeah, death is all around me. Actually, I had no intention of starting my own business. I have a couple of degrees. One's in social work, one's in geology, physical education, and sociology. And I came to Tucson. I worked for COPE, it's for emotionally disturbed adults. And at the time, my husband was a termite inspector, and he'd come home and tell me all these stories, and it was like, whoa, I like that. So I started reading, because I read a lot. I usually read 1 or 2 novels a month, and started reading about it, studying it. I had an entomology class in college, and I was like, this is cool. So, but there's a little bit more background on it. When I was 6 years old and started first grade, I was always late for class. And we only lived about 4 or 5 blocks away from the elementary school.
I know that story.
Okay. So the teacher had mentioned, said, my dad, Shelby's late every day. And he goes, I don't understand. She leaves 20 minutes before her school. She's only got 5 blocks to walk. So one day he decided to follow me and see what I did. And what I did is I could not walk past an anthill without trying to screw it up. So, you know, it was just, at an early age I didn't like bugs. So, but that, yeah. So, and being the first woman in pest control was not easy. I am grateful that I started it here in Tucson, because there's a lot more open minds, even in 1980, than there were other places in Arizona. So I know that I was led here to be here and to do what I'm doing, and I know there's been a force outside of myself that has helped me along the way. I'll tell you another little story. There's a Brewster House. There's a home for abused women and children. And one night, this friend of mine and we're talking, and I said, you know, I've been thinking about doing like some sort of tithing or something. And he said, well, you know, there's this Brewster House. You should go down and talk to them. So I went down the next day, and I said, I'm Shelby Hawkins with 5-Star Pest Control. I'd like to do your pest control. And she goes, well, we already have someone. And I go, no, you don't understand. I want to do your pest control pro bono. I want to volunteer. And she was like, God sent you? And I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know, but let me see. And she said that her pest control company at that time couldn't get her roaches, and I went in and I go, look, I'll be back tomorrow, take all the pots and pans out, I'm going to do this for you, I'll get rid of them. And then as I'm walking out the door, she goes, well, the health department's kind of on our case because they think we have termites. And I'm going, okay. So I went out to my truck, came back with a certificate, wrote it up, and I said, you are now under warranty with my company. And I can say that because 2 years ago, I was in this crawl space. I know exactly what's going on under there.
Right.
So, and you know, it seems like when you do something for someone else without expecting anything in return, good things happen. And it was, I mean, there was a lot of people that wanted to take my license, wanted me out of the industry, and it seemed like there was always one person that swooped in and helped me out, and I really contributed that to the Brewster House and the other people I've helped along the way without expecting anything in return.
Well, like I said, she has an amazing story. I mean, you can go to her website and check out more information there, but I mean, you really, 35 years is a long time too. We've been in this business 5 years, and we've seen companies drop left and right. You know, we've got a lot of archive footage of people that aren't around anymore, so we congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
But we definitely wanted you to come on our show and let everybody know. I mean, it's just you, one lady in the truck, and some equipment, or
Well,
how did this start out?
Yeah, how it started out is I was, at the time I was married, my husband and I did it, but I was pregnant with our third child. And after Kristen was born, shortly after Kristen was born, it was, my husband decided there was too much responsibility and he left. And so it was me and my 3 babies. And I decided right then that these babies were given to me as a gift, and I was going to take care of them and provide for them no matter what. So it was just me at first, and I had this really dumpy truck, and I go to the gas station and I go, check the gas, but fill up the oil and water, okay? It was bad. And so, 2 years before we started the business, we had to file bankruptcy, so I didn't have any credit. But in 1984, my dad stepped in and he said, okay, I'll buy the truck and you make the payments. And I go, deal. And so I got this truck that had air conditioning.
That's a luxury.
Yeah, and it was then check the gas, or check the oil and water, but fill it up with gas, it was okay. It was really good. And from there it just like a snowball. It kept getting bigger and bigger. And as I grew, I had to learn lots of things, bookkeeping, supplies, advertising, promotion, things like that. And I loved it because I was back in college, but at the same time, I was making money.
Right.
And so it was a lot more fun. And the neat thing about being in business for yourself is you get to choose who you work with.
Amen.
Okay? And I can't say enough good things about my staff and the people I'm with. They're professionals, they're serious, they're passionate, and they're devoted to getting rid of the bugs in people's homes. So
Hey, tell us you off that raise now. Remember that? All these great things she's saying about you guys. But yeah, they were nice to me when I went by there, and I caught some footage of the outside. You got some big old bugs in the parking lot.
We painted ladybugs in our parking lot because ladybugs are natural exterminators.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you see our U of A sorority hen house too?
I'm gonna have to go.
You have to come by. We've got 4 hens that lay organic eggs. I mean, the girls are fed well and they're very happy.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've got a hen house at our.
Well, there you go. So how do people get in touch with you if they want to have your services?
886-0045.
Say that one more time.
886-0045. And we go outside of the city limits too. Several years ago, I got this idea to become a pilot, and so I have a little airplane, and we put our equipment in the back of the plane, and we have done treatments in Wilcox, Bisbee, Nogales. We once a month we go out to Chandler, Mesa, up in the valley, and we have quite a route up there. So there's a lot of people that have been impressed with the way we do treatments. We don't put the chemical on the ground. We put it inside the walls, and it's far more effective than your drilling or trenching.
Well, like I said, you're an amazing woman. I'm telling you, we want to support local businesses. So, look, you guys are on Facebook. You have a website as well. So take a look at her, get her number, contact her. Like I said, support local businesses. That's what keeps us going every single day. So everybody give it up again for Miss Shelby Hawkins from 5 Star Pest Termite. We'll be right back.